Hello there, welcome to Geared Toward Gear. My name is Sean and I'm glad you're here. So today we're going to be talking about the Honey Badger knife again, but not the knife itself, really just the color variations. Again, I've got my new backdrop, my new tripod, and the trouble I'm having, guys, and if anybody knows how to fix this, please let me know in the comments. If I don't start the video recording in landscape mode with some movement, like I just did, kind of moving you in on the knives and the tripod. If I just put it in the tripod in landscape mode and click record, the final product will be in portrait mode. And that's super annoying. So I don't know how to get it to just automatically record in landscape mode so you guys can get the widescreen user experience. So if anyone knows how to fix that, I'd love to know how to do so. But with that said, we're set up here, we're good to go now, and we'll get right into it. So I did a full review on the Honey Badger knife, which I'll link in the description below. So we're not going to be talking about the knife itself today, just the color variations and some comparisons with other knives in similar colors. So as I mentioned in my full review, which was a black-handled Honey Badger, I had the intention of buying the other two colors that are available, which is tan, as they market it, and green. And the reason for that is that I love the knife. If you didn't watch the review, I love this knife, and I had to get the other two colors. I'm just a little OCD like that, so I went ahead and picked up the tan and the green. But I was pleasantly surprised when I opened the boxes that these colors were not what I was expecting, or maybe not the typical kind of OD coyote brown that you would expect, or coyote tan. And I wanted to give you a few comparisons real quick just to show you some other knives in the same general color scale that are very common knives that you may already own, to give you an idea of how different these are than other green and tan knives. So we'll start with the tan Honey Badger. And so I'm just going to quick roll in a few comparisons. We've got the Coyote Brown Tenacious, the Coyote Brown Steel Will Cut Jack, that's the mini version. We've got the Coyote Brown Ontario Rat, this one's the Model 2. And then just for good measure, we've got the Ontario in, I think they call this Desert Tan or Desert Sand. Coyote Brown, Coyote Brown, Coyote Brown. And then this is just listed as tan. And as you can see, they're all very, very different in color. The Cut Jack and the Tenacious are a bit brighter. I think the Rat Model 2 or 1, whichever size you get, it doesn't matter, I think is more of a true coyote brown. And then the Desert Tan or Desert Sand in the Ontario line is bordering on white or yellow. It's super light. But as you can see, in comparison, the Honey Badger, to me, is much more of like a dark tan or a very, very light brown. It's not, I don't see or think coyote when I look at this knife, or desert, or anything like that. It's just a nice light brown color. It's a very flat color, which I like. And so I was surprised in a very good way when I opened this, because of the knives that I own in various degrees of tan and brown, this is just very different than any of the other ones that I own. And so I thought that was interesting. I really like the color, and I want to give you guys an idea of how it compares to some other knives that are common that have that brown or tan theme to them. So that's the tan Honey Badger knife by Ultratech, marketed on Amazon as being sold by Western Active. So there's the tan. Get that stuff out of the way, and we'll leave that off to the side. The next one is the green, and they don't call this OD green or Ranger green or foliage green, it's just green. That's what they're calling this. So we'll bring in, excuse my reach, a few other common knives, basically actually the same knives that we just looked at. the Spyderco Tenacious in OD green, the Steel Will Cutjack in OD green, and the Ontario Rat Model 2 in OD green. And so again, you'll notice that they're all different, which is fine. I like all of them. The Tenacious is more of a bright OD, as well as the Rat models. And I would consider this more of a true OD. I think the Rat models are more true to their color as being OD green or Coyote tan or Coyote brown. And then the Cutjack is more subdued, as you can see, compared to the Tenacious or the Rat. And it's a great color. I like it. No problems with it at all. However, when you compare it to the green Honey Badger, the green Honey Badger becomes to look much more brown or tan in comparison to the other greens. Now, it is green. I think if you handed this to somebody, they would say, yeah, it's kind of like a light greenish tan, and it's a good looking color. Again, it's a very flat color. There's no sheen or shine to it whatsoever. But I think it's super handsome. I don't know if I'm becoming a Honey Badger fanboy, but these colors are just interesting to me, again, because none of the green handled knives that I own, which is probably 10 or so, are this color. This is a very, very subdued, very light green with some tans and browns kind of mixed in. And so we'll kind of bring them all back here. All the browns and tans and the greens. And, you know, looking at these two knives here, they just don't really match anything I currently own, and I think they're super good looking. And so if you're expecting the green to be OD, it's not. If you're expecting the tan to be desert tan or Coyote brown, it's not going to be. But it's going to be a really handsome color that I think you'll like, and probably will be unique to some of the other knives in that color spectrum that you already own. So I think, again, as I said in my full review, they executed everything well on the knife, but in this particular case, I think they executed the colors quite well, and to me at least, they're unique, and I like them quite a bit. So that's all for today. Just wanted to show you those colors. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.